explained three models yesterday. What are the first model? Model number 1. See, I was explaining the question tags topic yesterday, right? Regarding question tags topic, I covered three models. What are the three models I covered yesterday? Let us call back today. See, look at me. First model, if the statement is positive, the question tag is negative, right? This is model number 1. Model number 2, if the statement is negative, the question tag is positive. This is model number 2. Model number 3, hardly, scarcely, rarely, barely, seldom, never. These 6 words give negative sense. So, if we have any one of these words in a sentence, it means that is negative sentence. So, in the case of all these words, see, in the case of all these words, as these words are giving negative sense, the question tag must be positive. Oh, model number 3. Model number 4. Uses of a few is positive, the few is positive, few is negative. A little is positive, the little is positive, little is negative, right? And few is a few, the few, few. These three are used with countable nouns. A little, little, little. These three are used with uncountable nouns. What are countable nouns? What are uncountable nouns? Right? This point also I explained yesterday. Do you remember? See, look at me. Look at me. Countable nouns means what we can count are called countable nouns. Uncountable nouns means what we cannot count are called uncountable nouns. Books, 1, 2, 3, 4, countable noun. Chairs, 1, 2, 3, 4. Boys, 1, 2, 3. Like this we can count. So these are all called countable nouns. Uncountable nouns means you take milk, you take water. You cannot count water or milk like this. 1 water, 2 water, 3 water, like this we cannot count. So these are called uncountable nouns. I explained this point also yesterday. Now let us continue the topic. See, first, he wants a few books. Look at the word first. He wants a few books. A few means positive. So a few is equal to positive. It means the statement is positive. So the question tag must be negative. How do we make negative? If we want negative, we have to put not after the special verb, right? Do we have special verb here? No. When there is no special verb, what do you have to do? We have to borrow do or does or did. What we have to borrow? When we want to borrow do or does or did first, right? Look at it. Write the 3 forms of the verb like this. Want by wants. Wanted, wanted. Want by wants, wanted, wanted. This is present tense without s. This is present tense with s. This is past tense. This is past participle or future tense. Right? He wants a few books. Here in this sentence, we have no special verb. So I have to borrow do or does or did. How can we decide? See, when you want to borrow do or does or did, check out the verb given in the sentence. What is the verb here? Wants. What is the tense of wants? Present tense. What is the tense of wants? Present tense. When the verb is in present tense, you please identify. Is it present tense with s or present tense without s? This is present tense with s. So, in the case of present tense with s, we have to borrow does. He does. Right? Then only you put not. Borrow, do or does or did, then we put not. This is negative sentence, but we want question tag. Right? Look at me. Wants is present tense with s. So, see, first of all, statement is possible. The question tag must be negative. What is the formula? Special verb plus pronoun, right? Special verb plus pronoun. This is the formula to make question tag when the statement is in positive form, right? So, what is the special verb here? We have no special verb. Already we have decided. So, I have to borrow do or does or did. Wants is present as with X. So, I have to borrow does. Does plus not, doesn't. Does not is full form, doesn't is short form. What is the rule in question tags? We have to use only short forms. So, doesn't. Right? Special verb part is done. Next, what you have to do? Pronoun. We have to write pronoun. Pronoun is already given here. So, repeat the same. Doesn't he? That's it. Okay? See, two more sentences. Let us. Second. Look at the second sentence also. He wants the few books I have. What is the difference between a few and the few? You know, a few means see, I have a few books. It means I have only some books. See, he is asking me the few books I have. It means I have some books. I have some books. He is asking me the some books what I have with me. Right? So that's the difference. It means he wants the few books I have. It means I have some books. I have some books. Okay? He is asking me the books some I have with me. He is asking. Okay? So this is the difference between a few and the few. So totally the few is also positive. Statement is positive. So the question tag must be negative. If you want negative, what is the rule? Put not after the special verb. We have no special verb here. Wants present tense with us. So you borrow does. Does plus not, doesn't. Pronoun. What is the pronoun here? He. If noun is here, in the name of, in the place of noun, you write pronoun. But pronoun is already given here. Like that. Right, my students? He wants the few books I have. Look at the board, third one.
Right.
I'm sorry students, a small technical problem happened here. It is set right. No worry. Okay? Now look. He asked me few books. Now take the third sentence. Few is negative. Few is negative. So the question tag must be positive. Right? So I'm very sorry students. I'm very sorry. See, He wants a few books. Right? Statement is positive. So the question tag must be negative. Does plus not, doesn't he? First one. Okay? He wants the few books I have. The few is also positive. So the question tag must be negative. Doesn't he? Right? Now look at the board. He asked me few books. Few is negative. So the question tag must be positive. What is the formula? Special verb plus pronoun. What is the special verb here? No special verb. When there is no special verb, what is the rule? To make question tag, borrow, do, does, did. Asked is past tense. So I have to borrow did. Did he? That's it. See, what is the formula? Special verb plus negative. But in the case of negatives, right, negative question tags, put not after the special verb. In the case of positives, don't put not. That's it. No doubt. I'm sorry students once again because some small technical problem happened. It is set right now. Please let me confirm you have finished or not. Finished or not. Okay? If you send a message, I can understand. He wants a few books. A few is equal to positive. So the question tag must be negative. The few is positive. The question tag must be negative. Few is negative. The question tag must be positive. Right? Now look at the See, let us practice some more sentences, right? Look at the board. They want a little support. Okay, fourth, fifth. He wants a little support. He asked for my support. Now look at the point. They want a little support. A little is positive. Right. They want a little support. A little is positive. Right, my students? Similarly, the little is also positive. Okay? And he asked little. He asked little. That's it. Okay? Now look at the word. He asked little. Is it correct? Right? What I told you, after the word asked use for, he asked for little. Okay, right. Now look at the code. Little is negative. Okay, na? Little is negative. A little is positive. The little is positive. Little is negative. Now look at the code. They want a little support. Statement is positive. So the question tag must be negative. Right? Right? If you want to make negative, what is the rule? Put not after the special verb. Right? But we have no special verb here. When there is no special verb, what you have to do? Borrow, do, or does, or did. Want is present tense without s. So you have to borrow, do. Do plus not, don't they. Don't they. Pronoun is they here. See, if noun is there in the place of noun, we have to use pronoun. But here it is already given pronoun. So repeat the same. Okay? Right. He wants the little support I have. Wants. Here in this sentence also, we have no special verb. So I have to borrow, do or does or did. Right? Wants. Present tense with s. So I have to borrow does. Does plus not. Doesn't. Pronoun is he. Doesn't he. Why not here? Because statement is positive. Question tag must be negative. Okay? Now, he asked for little. Okay, now look at the code. He asked for little. Little is negative. So the question tag must be positive. What is the formula? Special verb plus pronoun. Right? Do we have special verb here? No. When there is no special verb, what you have to do? Borrow, do or does or did. Asked is past tense. So I have to borrow did. Did he? That's it. Very easy. Note down. Okay, students, have you finished your writing? Right. Right, my friends. So, how many models we have covered? First model, model number 1. To a positive statement, question tag is negative. Model number 1. Model number 2. To a negative statement, question tag is positive. Right? Model number 3. Hardly, scarcely, rarely, barely, seldom, never. These words give negative sense. So, if we have any one of these words in a sentence, it means that is negative sentence. So the question tag must be positive. This is model 3. Model 4. A few is equal to positive. The few is also positive. Few is negative. A little is positive. The little is also positive. Little is negative. Right? This is the model number 4. Model number 5. See, look at the code. Uses of have, has, had. Look at the word. Don't write. First concentrate on me only. Then only you can understand. Right? Uses of have, has, had. Take the note here. See? These 3 act as 2 kinds. 1. Main verb. 2. Special verb. Let me please explain, then you can note down. Right? See, usage of have, has, and had. Most dangerous these three are, because these three act as two kinds. These three act as two kinds. What are the two kinds? They act as. Sometimes these three act as main verb. Sometimes these three act as main verb. Sometimes these three act as special verb. What is the difference between main verb and special verb? Main verb means, first write like this, gives the meaning of possessing. Possessing means having, right? Special verb means gives no meaning. First note down and explain. Note down. Right? See, usage of have, has, or had. See, again I am explaining. These three act as two kinds. What are the two kinds they act as? Sometimes these three act as main verb. Sometimes these three act as special verb. So, in the case of these three words, it means if we have any one of these three words in a sentence, first we have to identify. What we have to identify? These three are acting as main verb, or these three are acting as special verb. First you have to identify. After identification, then you have to do the question tag. See, look at the word. For example, look at the board. He has a problem, right? 1, 2. He has solved the problem. Now look at the board first. See, he has a problem. He has solved the problem. What I told you now, if we have, has, had in a sentence, it means if we have in a sentence have or has or had, right? Then what you have to do, first these three acting as main verb or special verb, first we have to identify. See, he has a problem. It means here in this sentence, he possesses a problem. He possesses a problem. Has is giving us the meaning of possessing. If these three words are giving us the meaning of possessing, then these three are main verbs. Then these three are main verbs. He has solved the problem. Take the second sentence. In this sentence, has is not giving us any meaning. Solved is giving us the meaning, right? So, if these three words are not giving any meaning, then these three are called special verb. So, depending on the meaning, we have to decide. These three are acting as main verb or acting as special verb. This is how we can identify. How can we identify? Depending on the meaning. What meaning? If these three are giving us the meaning of possessing, these three are main verb. If these three are not giving us any meaning, these three are special verb. This is how we can identify. These three are main verbs. Either these three are acting either main verb or special verb. Right? This is the first method. Suppose second method, wonderful technique. Now I am explaining you. Look, suppose if you are still getting confusion in understanding the meaning of the sentence. So I am very poor in English. I am not able to understand the meaning of this sentence. If I don't know the meaning of the sentence, how can I decide these three are acting as main verb or special verb? Sir, is there any technique? Please let me know, sir. Right? Wonderful technique is there. Right? Shall I tell you? Right. See, very easy. If you know the meaning, no problem. If you don't know the meaning, then also no problem. Why? Look, he has a problem, right? After has, any verb is here. If there is no any other verb in a sentence, these three are main heroes. It means main verb. Right? He has solved the problem. See, another verb is there immediately after has. If any verb is there immediately after these three words in a sentence, then these three are side heroes. Means special verb. That's it. If no verb is there in a sentence, right? These three are main heroes because no other verb is there. If any other verb is there in the sentence, immediately after these three words, okay? Immediately after these three words, if any other verb is there in the sentence, so then these three are side heroes. The main hero is this. Then this acts as side hero, means special verb, right? So two methods are there to identify main verb or special verb. First method, right? If these three are giving us the meaning of possessing, main verb. If these three are not giving us any meaning, special verb. Depending on the meaning, we can decide. Method 1. What is the method 2? Suppose if you are not able to understand the meaning of the sentence, go with technique. What is the technique? Second best technique. See, if any other verb is there immediately after these three words, right? The other verb acts as main hero and these three acts as side heroes, means special verb. Okay? If no other verb is there in the sentence, then these three are main heroes. That's it. This is how easily we can identify these three are acting either as main verb or as special verb. Right? Now look at the code. He has solved the problem. Statement is positive. Right? When the statement is positive, what is the question tag? Question tag must be negative. Right? Am I right? Negative means put not after the special verb. Do we have special verb here? Yes, has. It is acting as special verb. So after has, put not. Has not. What is the short form of has not? Has it. Because we want only short forms, right? Has it. Right? What is the pronoun here? He. Has it, he. If noun is there, you write pronoun in the place of noun. If already pronoun is given in the sentence, let us think, right? Repeat the same pronoun. That's it. Now look at this sentence. He has a problem. Statement is positive, right? So question tag must be negative. If you want negative, what is the rule? Put not after the special verb. But whereas in this sentence, we don't have special verb because has is not acting as special verb. It is acting as main verb, not special verb. Acting as main verb. It means there is no special verb in this sentence. When there is no special verb in the sentence, what you have to do? Borrow, do or does or did. When we want to borrow, do or does or did, what you have to do? We have to write the three forms of the verb. What are the three forms of the verb have? Have by, has. Had, had. See, just like go by, goes. Went, gone. Like this, have also has three forms. Have by, has, had, had. Present tense, past tense, past participle or future. Now look at the code. He has a problem. Right? Has is main verb, not special verb. So you have to borrow do or does or did. What do you have to borrow? Has is present tense. What kind of present tense? Present tense with s or without s? With s. In the case of present tense with s, what do you have to borrow? Does. Does plus not. Doesn't. Doesn't he? Very easy. No, no. Have you finished writing? Right? Now look at the board. I am explaining again. See, in the case of have, has, had, right? When you want to do the question tag, observe first these three are acting as main verb or special verb. First you have to identify. right? These here are acting as main verb or special verb. We have to identify first. After the identification is over, then you do the question tag. How can we identify main verb or special verb? Method 1, depending on meaning. Method 2, if there is any other verb immediately after these three words, special verb. If no other verb is there, right? These three are main verb. That's it. Okay? Now you try two sentences I am giving. You try yourself. Okay? Na? You try yourself. Third one. They have solved the problem. Okay? They have an own house. Right? First you identify where have is acting as main verb, where have is acting as special verb. First you identify. Then you do the question tag, right? Send me your answers, okay na? Karna? Vaidya? They have solved the problem. They have an own house. First, where have is acting as main verb, where have is acting as special verb. First, you identify. Then you do the question tag. Okay, na? Right. See, now I explain. Look, they have solved the problem. Here in this sentence, have is not giving us any meaning. Who is giving us meaning? Solved. So, depending on the meaning, have is acting as special verb, we can identify. Suppose if you are getting confusion with the meaning of the sentence, I told you the technique. What is the technique? If you have any other verb immediately after these three words, these three are special verbs. So here in this sentence, another verb is here after have, right? So have is acting as special verb in this sentence. Now come to the fourth one. They have an own house. It means they possess an own house, right? It is in this sentence, have is giving us the meaning of possessing, right? Suppose if you are getting confusion with understanding of the with the understanding of the meaning of this sentence, best technique. They have an own house. After have, we don't have any other verb, right? We have no any other verb. If we have no any other verb in the sentence, these three are main verb. First you identify main verb or special verb, identify like this. Now come to the question tag. They have solved the problem, right? Statement is positive. So the question tag must be negative, right? Negative means put not after the special verb. What is the special verb here? Have. Because have is acting as special verb here. So have plus not have it. Don't say have not, because I told you strictly you have to follow the rules. What is the rule? Use only short forms. Haven't. Next to pronoun. What is the pronoun here? They. Pronoun is already given here. So repeat the same. Haven't. Now, fourth sentence. They have an own house. Have is main verb. So finally here, see, sentence is positive. Question tag must be negative. Negative, right? Negative means put not after the special verb. But we have no special verb here in this sentence. Because have is acting as main verb, not special verb. So, we have no special verb in this sentence. When there is no special verb, what you have to do? Borrow, do or, does or, did. when we want to borrow, do or does or did, right? First, write the three forms of the verb. What are the three forms of the verb? Have, has, had, had. Have is present tense without s. Am I right? In the case of present tense without s, what you have to borrow? Do. Do plus not. Don't. They. Don't they. Very easy. No, no. Right, students? Now, two more sentences I give, you try. First, you try. See, first you try. Now I am doing two sentences. First you try. Don't try to depend always on teacher. Okay? Depending always on teachers and parents is a sign of weakness. First you have belief in you. Okay, na? Just teachers, teachers and parents will help you to get you out, to get the out of the potential, hidden potential energy in you. Okay, we just help you. Already have some topmost potential energy in you. We try to pick it out. That's all. Okay, na? Don't think that we are creating subject and everything, that we are providing you subject. We are giving you only knowledge. We are trying to make you, okay, understand the concept which is being taught by us. Okay, so first always try to apply your own intelligence. Now look at the book. See, two more sentences I am giving. You try. He had settled the matter before I went. First, look at the board. Where had is acting as main verb, where had is acting as special verb, first you observe. Okay, see, what is the meaning of hissy fit? What is the meaning of hissy fit? See, hissy fit means, in Telugu I am telling, చిన్న విషయాన్ని కూడా రాద్ధాంతం చేయడం, రచ్చ చేయడం. ఓకే, రచ్చ చేయడం, రాద్ధాంతం చేయడం అంటాం కదా తెలుగులో. That what we call in English is fit. Whereas in English I am explaining, right? See, even for silly reasons, some people they overreact. They overreact. That overreact is called in English hissy fit. Now, where had is main verb, where had is special verb. First you identify, then you do the question tag, right? Flimsy means silly. Okay? See, children quarrel over flimsy reasons. For silly reasons, take the kids, they quarrel over, right? They always quarrel over silly reasons, kids. Right? Did you send your answers? Now look, he had settled. After had, another verb is here. So this is special verb. Right? After had, we have no special verb here. Sorry, we have no any other verb here. So this is main verb. See, after had in the first sentence, after had we have another verb. So in this sentence, had is acting as special verb. In this sentence, he had a hissy fit. Hissy fit means not verb. This is noun. Okay? This is noun, not verb. How can we decide this is noun or noun or not? Very easy. If you have a or an before a word like this, if you have a or an before a word, that is noun. At the time of parts of speech, I will explain these techniques. Okay? Now, he had a hissy fit. After had, we have no any other verb. So this is main verb. Now look at the code. He had settled the matter before I went. Statement is past. The question tag must be negative. Negative means put not after the special verb. What is the special verb here? Add. Had plus not, had it. Had it he. Now come to the sixth one. He had a hissy fit for flimsy reason yesterday. Now look at the code. Had is main verb. First of all, statement is positive. Question tag must be negative. Negative means put not after the special verb. Do we have special verb here? No special verb. When there is no special verb, what is the rule? Borrow, do or, does or, did. Had is past tense. In the case of past tense, we have to borrow did. Did plus not, did it. He, very easy, no doubt. You got the point, students? Shall I rest? Okay, students, how many models have completed? Model number 1, to a positive statement, negative tag is added. Model number 2, to a negative statement, positive tag is added. Model number 3, hardly, scarcely, rarely, seldom, barely, right, never. These words give negative sense. So in the case of all these 6 words, the question tag is positive. Model number 3. Model number 4, a few is positive, the few is positive, few is negative. A little is positive, the little is positive, little is negative. This is model number 4. Model number 5, uses of have, has and had. These 3 act as main verb, these 3 act as special verb. First identify. When you find these 3 words in a sentence, right? First, what you have to do immediately? First of all, immediately we have to identify these 3 are acting as main verb or special verb. First you have to identify. Then we have to go for the question tag. 5 models we have done it. Model number 6. Model number 6. Now look at the word. Usage of everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one or none. Both are same. Okay, na? Nobody. Everyone, everybody. Someone, somebody. No one or none. Both are same. Nobody. Right? See. These 6 words take statements. But in question tags, these words take plural verb. First note down, I will explain. Note down. Note down first, my students. Please put the message as soon as you finish your writing. Okay? Na? Everyone, everybody. Someone, somebody. No one or none, both are same. Nobody. These 6 words take singular verb in statements. But in question tags, these words take plural verb. See, these 6 words take dual role. Right? What is the dual role? What is the meaning of dual role here? You know? See, I'll explain now. First note down. Have you finished writing, students? Shall I rest? Shall I rest? Right. Can I rest? Now, look at it. First, see, what are singular verbs, what are plural verbs? I will give you the list of singular verbs and plural verbs. First note down. Write like this. Singular verbs. Okay? Plural verbs. Write like this. Singular verbs, plural verbs. Is, are. Was, were. Has, have. Does, do. Not done. Only 4 we have in English. Singulars, plurals. Not done first. Have you finished writing, students? Can I ask? Can I? Have you finished writing? Now look at the point. See. Let us take one sentence here. See, everyone is coming. See, everyone, everybody. Someone, somebody. No one, nobody. These 6 words at the time of statements, okay, take singular verb. It means at the time of statement, what is the meaning of statement? Speaking positive or negative. I told you in the beginning class. Do you remember? Now, everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody. These 6 words at the time of statements, they take singular verb. They take singular verb. But at the time of question tags, these words take plural verb. Plural verb. So see, everyone is coming. Now we want question tag. If you want question tag, first what you have to do? Identify the sentence. What kind of sentence is this? This is positive. This is positive. If the sentence is positive, question tag must be negative. Negative means put not after the special verb. What is the special verb here? Is. Is plus not. Is it. Everyone. Right? If you write like this is blunder in English. You know why? Because these 6 words at the time of statements, they take singular verb. But at the time of question tags, these 6 words take plural verb. What do they take? Plural verb. What is the plural of is? Are. Are plus not. Aren't. Why plus not? Statement is positive. Question tag must be negative. That is common. Aren't. Next. In the place of all these words, everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody. In the place of all these words, we have to write they. We have to write they. Aren't they? This is correct. No doubt. Very easy. Okay? Now, take the note here. Take the note. See, I'll give the notes very clearly. Right? I am giving the notes in a way that even and the dullard also can understand very easily. Right? So, no, take the note. In the place of these 6 words, how many words? 6. Use they. What do you have to use? They. Use means at the time of speaking or at the time of writing. We have to use they. No. They underline it. Put single quotations like this. Okay? Note down. In the note, take the note. In the place of these 6 words, use they. That's it. Very easy. Right, students? Now look at the board. Let us practice some sentences. See? Someone has knocked at the door. Someone has knocked at the door. What I told you? When we find have or has or had in a sentence, first we have to identify these 3 are acting as main verb or special verb. Do you remember? Right? First of all, you have to identify. After has, knocked at, another verb is there in the sentence. So, if we have any other verb immediately after these 3 words, these 3 are special verbs. So, in this sentence, has is acting as a special verb. Has is acting as special verb. Now, look at the word. Statement is positive. Not some, I am very sorry, someone. Okay, na? Someone. Okay? See, statement is positive. So, the question tag must be negative. Negative means put not after the special verb. Has plus not, has it. Someone. What I told you? This is wrong. What I told you? This is wrong. Why? Someone, somebody, everyone, everybody, no one, nobody. These 6 words at the time of statements, they take singular verb. But at the time of question tags, these words take plural verb. Now we want question tag, right? At the time of question tag, what is the verb we have to use here? Plural verb. What is the plural of has? Have. Have plus not, haven't. Why not? Statement is positive. Question tag must be negative. This is common. Haven't. Next, what I told you? Everyone, everybody. Someone, somebody. No one, nobody. In the place of all these 6 words, use they. Haven't they? Note down. This is wrong, okay? This is how a student, every student is making mistake. But this is exact answer. Note down. Have you noted down? Shall I rise? See, you try. This you try. Everyone was here yesterday. You try this sentence. Everyone was here yesterday. You try this sentence. Okay? Now look at the word. Everyone was here yesterday. Statement is positive. Question tag must be negative. So put not after the special verb. What is the special verb here? Was. But in question tags, we have to use only plural forms. What is the plural form of was? Were. Were plus not. Weren't. Right? Next, in the case of everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody. Use they. Weren't they? See, don't always use the plural form of the verb. Only at the time of everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody. Right? In the case of only these 6 words, right, we have to use plural form of the verb. Not in all cases. Okay, now don't get confused. Note down. How many students are watching? Right? Now look. Everyone likes music. Now look at the board. You try. I just give you 3-minute time, you try.
Done.
See, everyone likes music. Statement is positive. So the question tag must be negative. Negative means put not after the special verb. Here in this sentence, we have no special verb. When there is no special verb, what you have to do? Borrow, do, does, did. Likes is present tense with s. So you have to borrow does. Right? But Does is singular verb. Does is singular verb. In question tags, we have to use only plural form of the verb at the time of everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody. Right? So, does is singular verb. What is the plural form of the does? Do. Do plus not. Don't. In the place of all these words, write they. Don't they. Very easy. Note down. Right? Let us practice some more sentences. Look. None was hurt in the accident. None was hurt in the accident. Right? None. Negative. No one, none. These two words give us negative sense. So, if we have none or none, if we have no one or none in a sentence, it means the sentence is negative. So, the question tag must be past. What is the formula? Special verb plus pronoun. Do we have special verb here? Yes, was. Was is the special verb. But what is the plural of was? One. In the place of all these words, we have to write they, not they. No doubt. What they? Okay, now see. No one supports. No one supports the corrupted. Right? No one supports the corrupted. Right? It means who are corrupted? No one supports them. Right? See, no one supports the corrupted. No one or none. These two words give negative sense. So, if we have any one of these two words in a sentence, it means that sentence is negative. So, the question tag must be positive. Right? What is the formula? Special verb plus pronoun. Do we have special verb here? No. When there is no special verb, what is the rule? Borrow, do are, does are, did. Suppose present tense with s. So I have to borrow does. But does is singular verb. What is the plural of does? Do. Do they. Right. In the place of all these words, you write they. Do they, not do. students? So far we have covered 6 models. How many models? 6. Now model number 7. Model number 7. What is the model number 7? Look at the board. If the statement begins with let's or let us. Let's is short form of let us. Let us full form, let's short form. Both are same. Okay? If the statement begins with let's or let us, the question tag is always shall we. The question tag is always shall be. Very easy. Right? Look at the. See, observe. Let's start the work. Let's not start the work. See, in the case of let's, it means when the statement begins with let's or let us, statement is positive or negative, forget it, whatever kind of statement is, the question tag is always shall we. Very easy. Note down. Statement is positive or negative. Okay, whatever it is, the question tag is shall be. Very easy. Note down. So, we have covered 7 models. Okay now? The most important model is, look, model number 8. This is very, very important model. Right? See, what is the model number 1? Making imperatives in as question tags. Now look at the code. See how many kinds of sentences are there? In the very beginning class I told you, right? 4 kinds of sentences are there. One is assertive. Assertive means speaking statement. Assertive means statement, I told you. Statement means statement is of 2 kinds, right? Positive, negative. If we are speaking in accepting sense, positive statement. If we are speaking in not accepting sense, that is called negative statement, right? These 2 are called again assertive. So first one is assertive. Second one is interrogative. Interrogative means questioning. Then this also explained. So 2 kinds of sentences I have explained, right? Now third one I am explaining. What is the third one? Imperative. and the fourth one is exclamatory. At the time of parts of speech, we can learn this exclamatory sentence. Now we are learning the third one, imperative sentence. In most of the grammar books, right, at the time of reading the grammar books, unfortunately students are getting confused to understand the sentence of imperative. To understand what an imperative sentence, they are getting a lot of confusion. So that I am explaining in a different style which you can understand very easily, I am very sure. Right? Now look, imperative. What is imperative? Rules. 1. Look at the word. Subject, you, he is absent. But the meaning is implied in it. Rule number 2. Sentence begins with V1. V1 is verb 1. Okay, na? 3. Expresses command or request. Command or request. Okay, na? Now look at the board. See, first rule, not on first. Right, my students? Now take the note here like this. Now take the note like this. What is the note? A sentence that is satisfied with these 3 rules is called imperative. Okay, na? A sentence that is satisfied with these 3 rules is called imperative. Take down the note. Okay? You know, take the rule now. generally take will you in question tags? Okay. What is all this? I'll explain. Very easy. Right? Imperatives generally take will you in question tags. Right? Now look at me. My dear students, when we directly speak to a person, directly means you people commonly pronounce directly, but that is wrong. Okay, don't say directly. You have to say directly. Direct, not direct. Okay, right. So when we speak to a person directly, we don't say you, but the meaning will be there. For example, see, I am asking some person like this. See, come here. It means you come here. It means you come here. I am not saying you, but the meaning is implied in it. See? Come here. Take this sentence. Come here means you come here. I am asking somebody here. Right? Come here. It means you come here. I am not saying you, but the meaning is implied in it. Rule number 1, satisfied. You is absent, but the meaning is here. Rule number 2, sentence begins with V1. Come, came, come. Sentence has begun with V1. 3. Expresses command or request. See, we can express this sentence in the form of command as well as request also. For example, see, come here, request. Come here, command. By changing the facial expression, we can by changing the expression of our expression in our face, we can claim this sentence in the form of request as well as command. Right? So rule number 3 is satisfied. A sentence that is satisfied with these 3 rules is called imperative sentence. So what is imperative sentence? Subject you is absent, but the meaning will be there. Rule number 2, sentence begins with V1. Rule number 3, the sentence expresses command as well as request. In both contexts, we can use the sentence, right, depending on situation. Rule number 3, a sentence that is satisfied with these 3 rules is called imperatives. In the case of imperatives, it is positive or negative, whatever it is. We commonly use the question tag will you. Will you? Similarly, see, go there. Will you? Don't come here, negative. Will you? That's it. Note down. In the case, look at me. When the sentence is in an imperative form, right? Sentence is positive or negative, whatever it is. The question tag is commonly will you. First one. Right? Now look at the board. See, imperative sentences commonly take will you, but sometimes imperative sentences take can't you also. When do they take can't you? I'll explain now. Look at the board, right? Completely concentrate on me and my explanation. Then only you can understand, right? Now look at the board. See, look at the board. Shut up. Now look at the board, my students. Shut up. You take this sentence. I am asking someone like this. Shut up. Shut up means you shut up. You is absent here, but the meaning is implied. So rule number 1 is satisfied. Rule number 2. Sentence begins with V1. Shut, shut, shut. Sentence has begun with V1. Rule number 2 is satisfied. When we come to the rule number 3, it gives only the expression of command. It does not give the expression of request. See, shut up. I can give the expression of command, but I cannot give the expression of shut up. I cannot give the expression of request with this sentence. So, when we go to the third rule, if the third rule is expressing only command, then these kind of imperatives take contive. Similarly, get lost. Get lost means contive. We cannot say get lost. Similarly, right? We cannot give the expression of request with these two sentences. Similarly, look, one more. Keep silence. This also takes contive. This also takes contive. Why? So I am very sure you will be getting confused here like this, sir. Sometimes we can see, please keep silence. This gives the expression of request also, so that in a way you may get confused. But my dear students, don't think the word please always give the expression of request. Sometimes under the situation of frustration also we use please. For example, see, if I am very angry with somebody else like this, right? He is having his say like anything. I am not at all satisfied with the way he talks. Then I say like this, please control your tongue. It is not request. Under frustration, I am using the word please here. Please mind your business. Okay? Not request. Under frustration, please get out. Not request. Under frustration, I am using please. So, my dear students, sometimes we use the word please under the situation of frustration also. So don't think when please is there that gives only the expression of request. This is foolish thinking. Okay na? So keep silent. Suppose one is doing mischief in the class. I am taking class now. One is doing mischief in the class. Right? He is talking on something. I tell him like this. See? Keep silent. Keep silent. If I am asking one person, keep silent. If I am asking more than one person, keep silence. Silent is singular, silence is plural. That's the difference between silent and silence. Okay na? Keep silent. Suppose, if he fails to keep silent, what do? I'll send him out of the class. When I am asking him, keep silent, it doesn't mean I am requesting him. Under frustration, I am asking him. Okay na? So, my dear students, keep silence. This you please treat like command only. Can't you? Now again I'm explaining. Shut up, get lost, keep silence. The question tag is can't you. So my dear students, imperatives take will you or can't you. What is the difference? When do they take will you? When do they take can't you? If first rule, second rule, these two rules are common. The third rule, depending on the third rule. If the third rule is expressing command and request, the question tag is will you. If the third rule is expressing only command, the question tag is can't. That's it. Depending on the third rule, we have to decide will you or can't you. No doubt. So my students, I am explaining this point again. In the case of imperatives, first two rules are common. Depending on the third rule, we have to decide will you or can't you. If the third rule is expressing command and request, then the question tag is VU. If the third rule is expressing only command, then the question tag is can't you. That's all. So introduce always take will you or can't you. That's it. Other than these two, no other option is there. Okay. Next, look at the board. Last model, model 8. If the statement begins with so, A to a positive statement, question tag is also positive. Okay. B to a negative statement, question tag is also negative. Question tag is also negative. Look, what is the basic rule of question tag? Question tag is always opposite to the statement. First some models go with the rule, but the model number 8, this model goes against the rule of question tags. This model violates the rule of question tag. What does it violate? Actually, question tag is opposite to the statement, but this is something different model because look at the board. So you are coming. So you are not coming. Now look at the board. When the statement begins with the so you are coming, this is positive, right? So you are not coming, this is negative. When the statement begins with the so, actually this is positive statement, question tag must be negative, but this is wrong. Similarly, so you are not coming, statement is negative, so the question tag must be positive, right? But this rule is not applicable here because when the statement begins with so, okay, to a positive statement, question tag is also positive, are special plus pronoun. To a negative statement, question tag is also negative, are plus not, aren't you. Very easy. That's it. Not done all this. Right, my students? So, totally there are 8 models in question tags. Now, look at me, my students. How many models are there? 8 models. Again, I am explaining. Model number 1. To a positive statement, question tag is negative. Model number 2. To a negative statement, question tag is positive. Opposite to the statement. Model number 3. Hardly, scarcely, rarely, barely, seldom, never. These 6 words always give negative sense. So, in the case of all these 6 words, the question tag is positive. 3. Model number 4. A few, the few, these 2 are positive. Few is negative. A little, the little, these 2 are positive. Little is negative. Model number 4. Model number 5. Everyone, everybody. Someone, somebody. No one, nobody. Very dangerous words. Right? These 3 words at the time of statements, these 6 words at the time of statements, they take singular verb. What are the 6 words? Everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody. these 6 words at the time of statements they take singular verb. But at the time of right question tags they take plural verb. What are plural verbs? What are singular verbs? The list also I have given to you. Next model. Usage of have, has, had. See, in the case of have, has, had, what you have to do first? These 3 are acting as main verb, these 3 are acting as special verb. We have to identify. Then we have to do the question tag. Next model. When the statement begins with letters. Let's or let's. If the statement begins with let's or let us, statement is positive or negative, we don't want. The question tag is shall we. Next model, imperatives. Okay, imperative. What is an imperative sentence? Right? Subject you is absent, but the meaning is there. Model rule number 1. Rule number 2. Sentence begins with V1, verb 1. Rule number 3. Sentence expresses command or request. Rule number 3. Commonly, in the case of imperatives, the question tag is will you. Sometimes can't you also. How can we decide? Depending on the third rule. If the third rule is expressing command and request, the question tag is will you. If the third rule is expressing only command, the question tag is can't you. Last model. If the statement begins with so, right? To a positive statement, question tag is also positive. To a negative statement, question tag is also negative. So we have completed the first topic. I'll come with the next beautiful topic next Saturday. Students, I'm very sure if you are interested in continuing my classes, please share it, like it and subscribe it. Please tell your friends also to follow my classes because it will be helpful. A lot of it will I'm very sure if you are following my class, it means it is a great asset to you. Great asset. Because when something is coming to our feet at free of cost, we don't care for it and we take it very easily. Am I right? If anyone demands us thousands of money, then we treat it, we feel it serious and we consider him that is so great. Don't think like this, my students. I want to help everyone. I want to make at least the students who follow me masters in English. I want to make the students who follow me at least masters. I want to make them masters. I'm very sure if you follow my classes, let us see the end of English language. Very easy, my students. I wish you all the best and please tell your friends to follow my classes. I wish you all the best. Best of luck, students. Next Saturday, come at exactly 4 o'clock. All the best, students.